What's the difference between a dead baby and a watermelon? One you smack with a hammer, and the other is just a watermelon. Two guys walk into a bar because they're alcoholics, and there's nothing funny about that. Why was Jesus so popular with the ladies? Because he was hung like this. We have determined that Will Smith is the killer. How do you wonder? Because on the scene we found fresh prints. My penis was in the Guinness Book of Records until a librarian told me to get it out of there or she was going to call the cops. What do you call a cow with 3 legs? Lean beef. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Your mom. What does a buck-toothed cow say? Moof. What do you get when you cross a chimpanzee with Aaron Neville?
No, you are not on drugs. This is how I normally look.
Want to know how crazy the world is sometimes? Tobacco companies kill their best customers, and condom companies prevent future customers. The fuck? Why did Helen Keller's dog run away? Well, if your name was David, you'd run too. When I die, I would like my remains scattered across Disneyland. Also, I don't want to be cremated. My father died last night. It was all because we didn't know what blood type he was. He kept saying be positive, but it's been really hard without him. As I get older, I think a lot about the people that I've lost along the way. And then I start to think to myself, maybe being a tour guide just isn't for me. So these 2 cows were smoking a joint at a poker game. They said it was a gentleman's game, but I believe the stakes were pretty high. You know the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Great saying, terrible way to find out you're adopted. So when does a joke become a dad joke? When it leaves you and never comes back. I have a lot of jokes about unemployed people, but sadly none of them work. Where did Joe go when he got lost in the minefields? Everywhere! I threw a boomerang a couple of years ago. Now I live in constant fear. A girl walked up to me one time. She says, I want you to give me 9 inches and make it hurt. So I fucked her 3 times and hit her with a brick. So I just found out I have a superpower. I can cut wood just by looking at it. Saw it with my own 2 eyes. What kind of shoes do kidnappers like to wear? White Vans. So where does a mansplainer get his water from? A well, actually.
You know, they say that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But I find it more efficient just to use a bat. I remember when I was a kid, and in school they used to go, just say no to drugs. If you're talking to drugs, and chances are you said yes. Remember, if you can make a woman laugh, you're almost there. But if you're almost there and she laughs, that's a whole other set of problems. Orion's belt's a giant waste of space. I know, I know. Terrible joke. 3 stars. Why was the leper hockey game canceled? Because there was a face-off in the corner. So I saw this advertisement about a double entendre contest. So I entered my friend. So this guy was trying to sign for a loan. The guy asked him, "Well, what's your name?" And he says, Dave, David. This guy says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Do you have a stutter?" He goes, "No, my dad did, and the guy who registered my name could go fuck himself." My girlfriend broke up with me because she said I was too mysterious. Or am I? I really hate double standards. You know, you cremate someone in a crematorium, it's respecting the dead's wishes. Yet you do it at home and it's destroying evidence. The fuck? A wise person once told me that time heals all wounds. So I stabbed him, and now we wait. My therapist said that I pursue damaged people and that I try to help them too much. Okay, so let me get this straight. When I do it, I have a problem. When you do it, you're called a therapist. Double standard. Been gaining a little weight lately. So I told myself that I need to stop drinking. And then I said, why would I listen to a fat drunk who talks to himself? So I just found out that the guy that stole my diary in high school died. My thoughts are with his family. My grandfather once told me that I was too reliant on technology. So I unplugged his oxygen. Joke's on you, old man. Ha! Ever seen a blind guy swim? It's alright. He probably didn't either. What's the worst thing you could do at a funeral? The corpse. So why don't emo kids like high fives? Because they're always left hanging. What do you get when you cross a human's DNA with a goat's DNA? I'm not really sure, but my cousin got banned from the zoo. So these 2 cows were smoking a joint at a poker game. They said it was a gentleman's game, but I believe the stakes were pretty high. My girlfriend left me last night because she says I have no sense of direction. Well, I don't have to take that shit. I packed up my stuff and I write. I think somebody missed a golden opportunity somewhere to refer to bisexuality as ambisextrous. I was always taught that holding a door open for a lady was good manners. But no, she just wound up kicking and screaming as she flew out of the airplane. Psh, chivalry's dead, man. My girlfriend's dog passed away. So, you know, trying to be polite and sweet, I decided to buy her another one. And then she just started screaming at me, "What am I going to do with 2 dead dogs?" Psh, there's just no pleasing a woman. What's the difference between a baby and a potato? About 140 calories. What's the difference between a casual dinner party and a pirate orgy? The dinner party, you come as you are, and at the pirate orgy, you are as you come. So, what do you call it when an orphan gets kidnapped? A surprise adoption. My boss says that I have a vengeance obsession. We'll see about that. Yep, yeah, I hear it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's probably right. Somebody once asked me where I was from. My answer is always the same: my father's testicles. And it has to be the left one because I damn sure don't act right. So, what did the O say to the Q? Hey, man, your dick's hanging out.
What do you call a pirate that pees on people? R. Kelly. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeve? Christopher Walken. What do you get when you cross a penis with a potato? A dictator. What's better than roses on a piano? Tulips on an organ. Growing up, I had a rough childhood. I had a quicksand box. I was the only child, eventually. It's official. We have reached peak stupidity. Red Lobster will no longer give you a plastic straw. Yep. You can boil them, you can steam them, but you better not let them choke on plastic.